that lets you save. Look here.
True Form Life.
Hold on tight to what you actually can control in your day, because that will make you feel more organized. It'll make you feel more like you're in the driver's seat instead of someone's just dragging you along.
Welcome to Exploring Mind and Body with Drew Tadia. Drew is an expert in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. And he wants to help you live a healthier, longer, and more active life. Now here's your host, Drew Tadia.
Welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in, for being a part of our True Form Life community. We're coming at you with a brand new show. We appreciate whether you're listening on terrestrial radio across the country or as a podcast around the world. We certainly wouldn't be here without you. So stick around. We got all that coming up.
This is Exploring Mind and Body. Naturally improve your lifestyle one show at a time with your host, Drew Tadia.
We actually just wrapped up our sugar detox. It was absolutely crazy. So we're super excited to wrap that up. We went live every single day. Posts were going up every day. Conversation. Posts were going up every day. We had amazing questions. We had people. Oh my gosh. Sharon said that her husband hasn't had his blood sugar level this low in 20 years. We had people dropping inches in weights. We don't track that, but we had the testimonies were absolutely amazing. People just writing in and saying how great they're feeling, improved digestion, newfound energy. And it's all based around food. That's what we do. It's of course we have our supplements to help, but we always say our supplements are tools in your toolbox. They're not end all be all. You still have to live a healthy lifestyle. So I'm just trying to think of some of the other comments we had come in, but it was fantastic. Some people haven't felt this good in years. And that's what we hear every time we do a sugar detox. We like to do them more often, but they do take a lot of time and energy. We go live every single day, and you're in there and we're giving away prizes and people are making you laugh, and it's just a really nice atmosphere. And if you never experienced it, I hope you do get a chance in the future. Some schools are on spring break, which is nice. Some are back to school as usual. But I wanted to jump on here regardless, either way. And it's important for us to keep routines. I like to keep the routine, and I like to jump on here, maybe try to shine some light or some different perspective on subjects. And it's nice to come in and connect with our community. What's funny is that when Facebook started, I was in university, and someone was telling me about Facebook, and I was like, I didn't really understand the whole concept. Like, you go on there and you find friends. It was like kind of like MySpace. I don't know if you guys remember MySpace. It's kind of like MySpace, but a bit different. And you needed from what I recall, you needed like a college account. It was made for college students. Facebook was made for college students. So I was on it for like a few months, and I didn't know how to use it, didn't know how to post, didn't know how to find friends. So I was like, Facebook is stupid. I'm not using that. And that was before everyone was on it. This was like brand new. It was newer than TikTok to people. It was like, how do you use this thing? And that was kind of launched what our social media is today. So it's kind of funny. Dion said that she's lost almost 18 to 20 pounds from our sugar detox till now in January. So that's fantastic. And she says people are starting to notice and like, what are you doing? How did you make some changes? And she sends them to us, which is amazing. So thank you so much, Dion. And then, of course, like that's how it usually works. And then when it's that organic outreach, and we talk about how we're not, like we don't do Facebook ads right now. We don't do Google ads. Everything that comes from us, like all of our customers, our services, our product sales, that's all word of mouth, 100%. And I kind of think that's cool because our success is based on you guys, on if you are recommending us, if we're doing a good enough job for you to recommend, I suppose. I think that's cool. But then of course you would have like business, I don't know, coaches or gurus and say, you got to get on ads, which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If you are on using ads, maybe everyone should be. I'm just saying that we don't. And so I think it's really cool that 100% of it's on you guys. It's not on you guys. Like we have to do a good job. We do a good job with our products. We have customer service. That's important to us. So I just think it's cool that our success is if you guys recommend us or don't. And we're okay with that because we feel like we do a pretty good job. It's kind of weird. Like I never really I never decided an audience before I started. I actually started personal training in Didsbury. Some of you may have remembered that. And so I was working at a little gym there. And there wasn't many men at the gym. And so I started personal training. And then I've had a couple of clients that were ladies, and then they sent their friends over, and then they sent their friends, and their friends were women in most cases. So it just turned out to be our audience was more female. And then from there, I started running fitness classes. And what's the thing is that we have products. So we do lots of products, and lots of products. We're getting into the more product end of business. And it seems like women are a bit more open-minded to try new things and different types of things. And men are like, so when it comes to whey protein, for example, or when it comes to protein supplements, for example, men are usually like, whey, I have to have whey. Just because that's more mainstream and that's what we grew up with. That's what whey was always there for the most part. And then I was teaching fitness classes, and in most cases, you don't see too many men in fitness classes. You see women. So it's kind of funny, like as we progress in business, it just continues to be more women, and it's a few men trickle in, but I appreciate we did our sugar detox, and we had Zach in there, and I think he was the only man in there as well. So we kind of joked around a bit and had some fun with the ladies, but I always joke because Dorothy always picks on me, and I'm like, well, you got more women on your side. But it's cool though. We always have fun. Yeah, so I was just saying that we're wrapping up our sugar detox. So we had an absolute blast. And we had these amazing comments and testimonials coming of how great people are doing and feeling. That's over with. So don't think I'm trying to get you into our sugar detox. It's closed. Like we only open that up a few times a year. And we had an absolute blast in it. We did lives every night, and we gave away prizes. We do 2 live workouts in our fitness family. We work out Tuesday, Thursday mornings live, and then we have recorded videos. And then Sundays we do a Success Sunday, and then Monday nights Dorothy does a Cooking with Dorothy live. So all of that equals lots of talking, and I usually do an interview for Exploring Mind and Body once a week. So today I wanted to talk about emotions a bit, because emotions are really challenging right now. It's a really challenging time. And I thought maybe we could have some conversations around it. And if you guys have questions about dealing with emotions, and of course, I know that this isn't a hot topic or one that is not a hot topic, or not so much a hot topic, but people aren't so open to being like, I'm having a really challenging time right now. But it doesn't matter. Like even if you don't want to talk about that, I will. And we'll shine some light on it and maybe give you some new ideas or different ideas to help you deal with emotions, because it's so challenging right now. Like in this world, we don't know what a next announcement is going to change. We don't know what business is going to be open. We don't know what our day looks like from day to day. We have a friend. I feel so bad for them. Like we have a friend, and they can only be they're in Alberta, so they can only be open outside basically. And you can do the curbside pickup, but a lot of people want to go somewhere and they want to sit somewhere. And then like for them, in the weather in Alberta is like they're outside, they set up decks and patios, but it's 100% weather dependent. So you have to decide, are you going to bring in 12 of your staff, 5, 10, you have to pay your staff to bring them in. And then if it snows, no one's going to show up, but you're still paying your staff. Or so do you call them in hoping it's not going to snow, knowing that you have to pay your bills to stay open, but is anyone going to show up if it's too cold? You have to pay and that's just one business. That's one scenario of the challenges of emotionally, like what's going to happen today, what's going to happen. And it's different every single day. Same thing with kids going to school, and then you're at home, you can't go to school anymore. So I've talked to a lot of different people that are struggling in many different ways. And it's just a really challenging world right now. And to deal with emotions, it's super important. And balancing emotions the best we can. And I feel like that comes to routines and what we can control ourselves. So we have to figure out what we can control ourselves in our day, especially when it comes to controlling our emotions and reducing our stress levels. In most cases, this comes to stress levels, but we have to figure out what are the things that can lower our stress levels and what are the things that we can be in more control of. So, of course, we're a fitness and nutrition company. but it just makes sense. Like we have to understand that the more we work out, the more we're in control of one thing. You know what's funny is I often say, like usually in our private groups or challenges, I'll say, make your bed in the morning. Like when we talk about morning routines, it's the first thing I talk about is making your bed in the morning. And I don't know if I to be honest with you, I don't know if I got it from this guy or I just started doing it because I like things like the car is clean. There's no like trash on the floor. There's no at a red light. I like shine the dash, like because I'm driving everything. I want my mind clean. I want to be focused when I'm working at my desk. Things get chaotic at times, but things got to be clean. Things got to be put away so there's not extra mind clutter. So when it comes to your bed, and I'm sure people laugh at this, but it comes from your bed in your bedroom. I want to walk in there and everything's clean and tidy in the way it should be. And I feel like if my bed is like the covers aren't neatly tucked and the pillows aren't put where they're supposed to be, I feel like I'm a bit OCD right now. But if you have everything situated, organized properly, that organizes more of your day. So I feel like if your desk and car is scattered, and if you have your desk is cluttered, your bedroom is upside down, I feel like your life is also cluttered and a bit upside down. And I'm not judging anyone. I'm just telling you that I feel like, if that's how you want to do it, that's how you can do it. But I'm just trying to give you some ideas on maybe if your life was uncluttered in some other areas, then internally your life would be less cluttered as well. And if you're internally less cluttered, then you're more able to deal with your emotions and you're more able to feel like you're in more control. I think we know there's a lot of people dealing with anxiety right now. Anxiety usually stems from not being able to understand or control the future. Anxiety is usually future and depression is usually the past. So when we try to organize more things in our life, I think we can handle more things because we're better organized inside. So on an external level, we can handle more disorganization or less planning. And I feel like it's such a major part in all this that's going on, is that a lot of people are struggling so much is because we don't know what the future looks like. We don't know what's happening from day to day. So we have to find a way to control our emotions and figure out what we can control and be OCD about what you can control. Hold on tight to what you actually can control in your day, because that will make you feel more organized. It will make you feel more like you're in the driver's seat instead of someone's just dragging you along. And it doesn't seem like much, but it really is. So if you're in control of nothing in your day, you've at least controlled one thing, and that's making your bed and how it looks. And it doesn't seem like much, I know, but just try it, because we've talked to people in these groups that we do, and we say, just start making your bed. And people are like, you know what? That really makes me feel better. You get up and you feel like you've already accomplished something. So you feel a sense of success. You feel a little bit organized, and then you start to get on with your day. It's the same thing when we talk about having a good quality breakfast in the morning. When you have your night set, you have everything set up the night before, you have your breakfast, maybe it's a green smoothie, kombucha, whatever your morning routine looks like, then you begin to stack that one thing after another. You have a really good workout, and then you have a nice breakfast, or you have a nice breakfast and a good workout. And then you pack your bags and you get yourself ready to go for the day. In most cases, when we have a great workout, we don't want to go get a cheeseburger or an egg McMuffin. It doesn't work like that. In most cases, when we work out, we feel good. We make our bed. We start to stack these things up, and we start to feel better about ourselves. We're more organized. We have more mental clarity. And we all know what it's like when you wake up late. And you're like, oh my gosh, my alarm didn't go off. You're late for an appointment. You're running around the house. You forget this and that. I feel like a lot of people's days are like that. And then on top of that, we have what's going on outside of our control. And it's just absolute chaos. And we're not able to deal with our emotions. So that's why it's so important to start really, like, start with yourself. Like we always talk about supporting local, like so many problems in this world. Start with yourself first. And then you go to your family members. And some people are like, well, I got to go to my family members first. But if you are so drained from giving so much and you have nothing left in your cup, then you have so little to give. So you fill your own cup up first. You do your meditation, breathing, or prayer. You do your nutrition, you get your workout, and you fill your cup up. And then you have more to give to family and friends and kids and your spouse. And you know what? I feel like some people have a trouble. They don't sleep very well because of the mind clutter, but if we have if our bedroom's a disaster, for example, if our kitchen has a pile of dirty dishes in there, and then you have to wake up and clean those dishes. You don't really want to do that. Like that just adds on to the emotional stress in our life. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Paisley. And it's just a small thing to be like, clean the kitchen, get the dishes. And maybe some people have a dishwasher, some people don't, but get everything in the dishwasher, clean your dishes in the sink, make sure they're all clean. And then you get on with your evening and you have a good night's sleep. And I know some people are going to be sitting there being like, my dirty dishes have nothing to do with a good night's sleep. But just give it a shot. Just try it and see what happens, especially because so many of us are dealing with all this emotion right now. And there's just so much going on that, it's really tough. It's difficult. Like you have your own beliefs, and then you have beliefs of what you've been told. And then you have facts from less than reasonable sources. And then you struggle with your own beliefs, and you struggle with your own opinions. And it's like friends are over here and media's over here and family's over here. Like it's really challenging, but that's a great point, Anna. But that's what I'm saying here is that because of this, like because of everything that's going on, we're really struggling with our emotions right now. And feel like we have so little control, and it takes the ability to control what you can control. Some people are not in control of anything, like not new. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm not judging. I'm just trying to explain or shed some light that some people aren't in control of workouts and in nutrition, and they're at home, like at home, the organization, let's say, and the things that you can control. And then we step outside of our homes and you flip them through social media, and it's absolute madness because we have so little ability to control seemingly everything in this world. But if we started with ourselves and understood what we can control and what we can wrap our minds around, then we can start to deal with bigger issues at a better rate. But it starts with ourselves internally first, and not, blaming everyone else and being a victim. And I know it's more challenging now than ever, but we have to figure that out. We have to find a way for our own mental health. It's that shame of making your own decision. Like if you don't make the decision of the majority, you people, are happy to shame. And I'm trying to be politically correct as possible because I don't have one of those shows where I just show up here and rant about everything, because I feel like everyone should have their own opinion. And I think we should be able to express our own opinion and not put other people down for sharing their opinion or for making other choices. There's a lot of things going on in the medical world. There's a lot of things going on in our personal worlds, in our communities. And it feels like if you don't make the decision that they want, that most want you to make, it's definitely that people put you down for making your own choices. And people should be able to make your own choices, and we should respect one another's choices. Everyone should do what's best for themselves. We don't know what someone's situation is. We don't know what somebody's background is or history is. Like when I really try to think about when someone's rude, like we're big customer service people. I try really hard to always be patient and always be polite and always answer questions. Like every time an email comes through, I answer that question, unless it's blatant spam. Anytime a message comes through about our products or services, we always answer. I think we do a really good job. We try to do the best we can in that area. But I feel like we like everyone has to do the best we can and put in more effort to understand, like when someone is rude to me, I try to be like, well, what has happened in their life or in their day? And if don't get me wrong, if it's continual being like rude or short or upset, I will go somewhere else. But I also try to see from their perspective. And I actually think like, oh, they must have had a rough day or they must have had a long day. But we don't know what happened in people's lives, but we don't know what happened in people's days. But we're so quick to judge and be like, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that because of this, or they should do that because of this. But if we just let people live, like let one another do what's best for them, I feel like there'd be a whole lot more peace in this world. There'd be less chaos outside. There'd be less confusion and anger and frustration. And I often say we try to make decisions around love and compassion. And I know that probably sounds funny. I don't even know if that sounds like hippie-ish or like, love and peace for the world. But it's true. When there's a big decision that comes up in our life, I think what would the decision be made through love and compassion. And what is the decision or choice to make around fear? And fear usually comes anger, hate, negative emotion. So you have two choices. And if I feel like if more of us made, and though I'm not perfect by any means, but if more of us made a better choice around love and compassion, then we would have more people getting along and less madness right now in the world. But it's, what's crazy right now? Like I know of course I'm here on social media, but it's really challenging right now is because you're not able to share your opinion because you could say anything that's taken negatively, and you could say something that's 100% positive that comes from love and compassion. But things are so crazy right now that people will take anything and just attack you. So in most cases, I try to stay away from the political end, but then you struggle with people should know your opinion. Like people have often come to us and sent private messages. How do you feel about this? And well, I'll tell you my personal opinion. Like let's talk about that. But if you go on, you go publicly, then people just openly are ready to attack. And it's like, when was it? When did it change so much that you're not able to share your opinion? Like, even when you share facts, like, and of course you have to check your sources, but sometimes we share facts of like, I can't think of an idea right now, or a thought right, or an example right now that's not going to drive people crazy. But even if you share facts, of course, again, like you have to check your sources because some facts aren't exactly facts. But if you share facts that are proven, people will be like irate because they don't agree with that fact. But you know what? On a side note, I watched that Seaspiracy last night. Did anyone watch that? It's crazy. It's crazy. And I've seen some of that before. I think I don't know if they took clips or I just saw similar clips of what they do to dolphins and the mass slaughter. And I didn't want to watch it because I'm very environmentally, and I like for years I've known about the giant plastic island that's the size of Texas that floats in the ocean. And then we talk, but no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to reduce plastic, and we know that because when we talk about it and when we post about it, it gets like the most views or the most comments. Like no one wants to talk about it. And we try to do beach cleanups, or we do beach cleanups. And when we go to the beach, we have a place like in LA, as many of you know. And every time we go to the beach, we take some trash and we put it in the garbage. But it's such like it's crazy. Like we are ruining this planet at an astounding rate. And it's like in that video was that documentary was basically about no one's protecting the ocean. Even the people that are supposed to be protecting the ocean they are in cahoots, or they're on the same team with the fishing industry. And the fishing industry is like this mob. It's like they like talk about people being lost at sea. Those people that are trying to like regulate or officiate disappearing. But I mean, like I said, it's not something that I'm probably not gonna never eat a fish again, and I'm not gonna judge people for like we're talking about now. What we're talking about now is letting people have their opinions. But I think you should watch it. I think everyone should watch it. And like I said, I've watched some of those in the past, and we've gone to like turtle sanctuaries, and I'd really like to set up something for True Form, like a percentage of sales going to something, but environmentalish. We're super environmental. Plastic really bothers me. One-use plastic containers, plastic bottles, and we try to use glass whenever we can, and reuse before we recycle. But that's probably for another topic. Like I said, I don't think too many people are interested in that, but it was definitely eye-opening, and I hope you guys get a chance to check that out. Everyone's at a different level, and like we don't judge when it comes to sugar detox. We don't judge when it comes to nutrition. It's funny, Dorothy and I often mention like when we see someone like could be a client, friend, customer. We see someone at the grocery store, and we've actually had people turn around and go the other way. It's kind of funny. And we've had people like try to hide their carts. We've actually had someone put their cart in the aisle and walk out and be like, "Hi." And we're like, you know what? Honestly, it's not our place to judge. It's not we offer information. It's different if you're working with someone and when we work with someone like closely and we're like, let's get this, let's help you out. Like we're trying to come up with solutions and we're trying to give you answers. We're trying to work together to make this happen, live a healthy lifestyle, reach your goals. And then if you saw someone who was like sitting there at McDonald's or had a cart full of processed foods, that's one thing. But that's rare. In most cases, you in most cases, we offer information and then people decide on their own if they want to carry on with them. I just think we need to bridge the gap between expectation and action. A lot of time people don't take action. We work out 2 days a week and we want the results for 6 days a week. We have 2 healthy meals and then we want the results of 12 healthy meals. You have to bridge the gap for yourself, not just for us. You have to decide, is this something that is going to take me close to my goals or is going to take me further away? Like I said, we don't judge. We're here to offer information. We're here to offer support, but you have to take the action. So if you want to eat your M&Ms, you eat your M&Ms. Just enjoy them and don't feel guilty about them. Just to wrap things up here, when it comes to emotions, I think that if we could understand that we are in control of some type of motion, start with a morning routine. We're big morning routine people. Get maybe it's a workout first thing. And, that routine is important when it comes to working out, and that can help reduce stress and it can help control your emotions better. So make sure you're doing your best to get your workouts in on a regular basis. Your morning routine starts with as soon as your feet hit the floor. That could be gratitude. That's what we preach, is that as soon as your feet hit the floor, you start thinking about your mind, what you're grateful for. That will take you to a better place than lack, more abundance than lack. Then it usually comes to nutrition, green smoothies, kombucha. If your breakfast is ready the night before, green tea. We have a really nice morning routine around that. And I usually have banana peanut butter. And then I work out and then I have a full breakfast. So wherever you're at, just make sure you try to get something together when it comes to a routine in the morning, especially in the morning. You could bookend your days in the evening and have a similar evening routine. It could be a hot bath. It could be we got a mini sauna. That was a gift. It's a fantastic gift. So it could be like an individual sauna in the evening. You could be reading. You have to log off. You have to log off at a certain time. Otherwise, you're going to be up till midnight scrolling, wake up in the middle of the night, scroll. Then you get negative emotions going on, like detaching from social media a bit, or at least detaching from those people that are just openly ranting and causing negativity in your lives. That's super important as well. So you got to find those supportive people, those supportive groups. You have to be connected with them. Find people that you can resonate with, find people that you can connect with, and, be a part of that in their world, in their lives. Make sure you're offering. I feel like a lot of times in relationships, we take and take and take, we never give. And then when we do give, we have expectations. Like if you don't give back, we're not friends. If you don't act the specific way, if I don't approve everything you do, we're no longer friends. I think it's a really difficult world to be really connected with close friends these days. So that definitely makes a difference. So do your best to control what you can control and let go of those emotions how you can. Breathing exercises, workouts really help. If it's prayer or meditation for you guys, nutrition plays such a huge role. If we're putting refined food, processed food, that acts as mind clutter. If we're looking at stimulants, alcohol, tobacco, refined sugar, another stimulant, which is also a drug, that's not going to help our minds. That's not going to help us be in more control of our emotions. So try that out. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will catch you later on social media. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
True Form Life.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our True Form Life community. You can always find us on Facebook.com/TrueFormLife. We post up there a couple times a day on our story. We're always trying to bring you more content around living a healthy lifestyle, whether that be nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. We also have free challenges that we do at least once a month. So if you follow us along there, you'll be able to join maybe a plank challenge or a squat challenge, Tabata challenge, whatever it may be. We'd love to have you join us. We're also on Instagram.com/DrewTadia. Again, we're posting up there a couple times a day along with our story, all dedicated to keeping you fit and healthy and on track. Our main website is TrueFormLife.com. If you want to check out some of our products, some of our services, or if you just want some great content from videos to blog posts and recipes and more, we got all that at TrueFormLife.com. Once again, thank you so much for being here. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia, in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with Trueform Life's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. To find out more about the show, Drew Tadia, or to listen to past shows, visit exploringmindandbody.com.